Get to making with jive, boy. Station. When it hits you, yes.
Good morning. Bougie Duchess here. The night after the riots in LA, they called out the National Guard. People have gone to jail, possibly been infected with COVID-19. We've got a lot to talk about today at noon for Hot Topics. But for right now, we're going to do some Café con Leche. Welcome to this morning's segment of Café con Leche. Let me go get my mouse and my keyboard so I can tune in to what you guys want from me. So, here we go. I've got my keyboard, I've got my mouse. I'm back here and we're all set up. Whew! It has been a whirlwind of an evening. When they issued the curfew, the first thing I thought was, how do I walk my poor little doggy, my Bo? As a matter of fact, I'm going to feed him in the interim of doing all of this because, you know, I multitask and I wave at people. I've got to learn to stop touching this thing and waving at you guys as you pop on. But I love that you pop on. I love the attention. It means so much to me. You saved my life during this COVID-19 thing, and I have some fabulous news. So first, let's go to the live video and pop it on. And let's see what's going on here. Let me move the chair out of the way. Yes, he's already licking away at the bowl, letting me know he is a little on the hungry side. And I have some fabulous news. Okay, I muted that. Hi Liz, how are you? And let me wave. So okay, gotta get the coffee in me. I already had one cup of coffee. I was talking to my aunt. My aunt lives in North Bergen, New Jersey, which is like 5 minutes on the other side of the river from New York City. And she said last night a curfew was issued in New York City. Fifth Avenue was completely closed down. It was a real mess in New York City. And I said, well, no different than here in Los Angeles. It was just a horrendous mess here in Los Angeles. They burnt portions of Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, those areas right to the ground. They just don't care, you know. They just don't care. And I'm not quite sure how that's. I am exactly sure how that's driving a point home, you know. But it is an opinion, and in these untrying times, especially with an unstable police force, you have to be careful of what you say, especially in social media about these individuals, because apparently they are petty enough that they don't think any kind of life matters, especially a transgender woman's life, who is of Latino descent, who is of Cuban descent, who is in her blood has some native of the island, some African from the population of the island. So I tippy-toe around all of those things because when you look at me, you might not be clued into that particular fact. But if you do some type of homework or if you do some type of research, you'll figure out I'm more than what meets the eye. So, which is okay, I think. I'd like to think that that's okay. But so anywho, we have an amazing conversation to have during Hot Topics today. So please join us at noon. And my co-host, Cindy Davis, will be joining us. I'm also going to be doing a makeup tutorial probably in just a little bit after I'm gonna go feed. This is the itinerary. I'm gonna feed Bo, then walk Bo, come home, shower, do a makeup tutorial, then I'll race over to the Red Line, which is the subway here in Los Angeles, and pick up Cindy, bring her back to the studio, then set up the studio differently so that we can both sit right here in front of this monitor and have an open conversation with you guys, the viewer, just like we did last week, except it was me by myself last week. And yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. And we'll be talking about the movement of Black Lives Matter, and I think that let me get some coffee in me before I think. I should be drinking some coffee before thinking. Oh, delicious. Okay, so I think the movement Black Lives Matters is being extremely effective because as far as publicity, it is tied to the riots and therefore will live on in history for quite a few years, and something that's tied to a riot, people will always remember. Listen, the Rodney King beatings stands out above all others because of that police beating and the riot that happened right after the trial when they let those police officers go. This is just a horrendous thing going on. And like I said, for me, I'm very sensitive to the entire issue, and I'm also very, very careful about what I say publicly, because I do know that especially this police force here in Los Angeles is all about retaliation. Hi Jose, hi Joey, hi Taylor, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so, thank you. And so we will have, a lot to talk about. So that will happen today at noon. So I always open up the forum though. If you guys would like to discuss something, you can simply by typing it into the comments, like Taylor just now typed into the comments, hey beautiful, and see, I can read that aloud. So if you guys ever want to talk about something, or I don't know about changing a subject, because sometimes I might be tackling a subject that might be a little difficult for you guys to want to, talk about, and that's where I get to use some of my creative influence and push on through. But you can always type it in the comment section there, and I will read it aloud and hopefully get to you. Now, last week the comment section really did get kind of bombarded by all of this, and I thought that was fantastic, so for me, I'm okay with that, So, and this week I'll have a little bit of help because Cindy will be here to help me with all of this. So that's fantastic in itself too. But so anyway, so last night I was kind of worried because I take Bo on 4 walks a day, usually about 3/4 of a mile for each walk. And so at 6 o'clock when I took him on his 3rd walk, because the next walk that I take him on is usually around 11 o'clock at night. So at 6 o'clock, I get this warning message that Los Angeles is at 8 o'clock starting a curfew. I live in the Valley, so I was completely unaware that, wasn't completely unaware. I mean, I knew that there was some carrying on and rioting going because I'd been watching the news, but I did not know that it had escalated to the point that it had last night. And so that they issued a curfew, that it was going into effect at 8 p.m. And so, of course, me being, just a little off in the head, I start having that conversation. Well, what if they catch me out walking with Bo at 11 o'clock at night? Are they going to arrest me? And then one of the voices are going to say, no, you just tell them that you're walking your dog and you don't want your dog pooping in the living room. And so, anyway, the 11 o'clock walk went well, not a problem. I made it home safe. He pooped. Everything is fine and I'm okay. So that is the wonderful part of living in the valley and being just slightly detached by the Santa Monica mountain range from the city of Los Angeles. So, and it's very, very quiet this morning. I think everybody went to jail last night. What can you do? So, have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys back here probably around 9:30ish. I will post right before I get ready to do the little makeup tutorial. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right? Thank you, Taylor. Wasn't curfew just for the city? Liz, I'm not quite sure. See, now all the questions are starting to pile in. I think it was for on that side of the hill. So yeah, I do think it was for on that side of the hill. I don't think we were having any troubles here in the valley. I'm not aware of any troubles here in the valley, but there might have been. I know that they were having situations up in Santa Clarita, because I have a friend that lives up there. Oh, and I forgot about my little announcement. So I've been helping a girlfriend of mine organize some paperwork for a lawsuit. Her daughter is a real estate agent and is going to hire me part-time. Maybe. So keep your fingers crossed. So unemployment only lasted a weekend for me. Woohoo! Alrighty. So now, hopefully I'll be joining the workforce again in a real estate capacity. So, Bougie Duchess, out. See you all later on for the makeup tutorial. Bye-bye.